Driving into Kangaroo Valley, we crossed the historic sandstone Hampden suspension bridge built in 1897. It was opened to the public on the 19th of May 1898 and named after Lord Hampden, the Governor of New South Wales from 1895 to 1899. Just 2 kilometres down the road we came to the shops and we felt we had really stepped back in time. There was the souvenir cottage shop and the friendly inn built in 1891 where a weary traveller stopped for a cold beer. The Sandstone Pioneer Motel is one of the newer buildings in the village. Next door to that is the bakery where the aroma of fresh baked bread arouses the senses of most shoppers. The post office has a historic post box at the front steps which states the letters posted in this box will be postmarked with the historic Hampden Bridge. The art gallery is next to the Cafe Bella, where we met 4 young German backpackers enjoying a nice hot coffee. The Kangaroo Valley Public School, built in 1871, was opened in April, with 8 children attending. By February 1872, there were 55 pupils. The local hall is where most social events take place in the valley. Like most of the other shops and buildings, it has been built from an old house. The police station and courthouse are in the same sandstone building, and you can see how old it is by the chimneys. The quaint Ferndale Cottage antique shop has an amazing array of antiques, and the ice cream shop is great for homemade ice cream. Yum yum! The owner of this woodwork shop makes most of his own products, like these horses, and lots of the things are made out of local timber. The Church of the Good Shepherd, as it was originally named, is the Anglican church built in 1871. Leaving the shops, we went on to explore the valley and came to the Barangarry Old Store. Its claim to fame is that they make the best meat pies in the whole world. Travelling to the only winery in Kangaroo Valley, we wound our way up along this rough dirt road and came to a beautiful house where the ground floor of it was the winery. The hosts of Yarrawa Estate, Sue and Mark Foster, were so graciously hospitable and treated us to sampling of their wines and cheese and bickies. They showed us around their property. This white cover is made of an acrylic fabric and it protects the grapes from the birds and bats. We saw orange and mandarin trees and rows of kiwi fruit on vines. We had never seen kiwis growing before and they were just starting to form. It was so interesting. We said our farewells and felt we had made really good friends. Even their ducks bid us goodbye. On the way back down this road we came upon a beautiful lotus pond. This unusual flower has such a rare type of centre. From there we headed off looking for a place to stay. We decided on the accommodation at Lindenbrook. This is owned by Di and Laurie DeVille and is a separate house with all mod cons, and it's so comfortable, and the scenery from the balcony was magnificent. After settling in there, we took another look at the valley in general and realised that Kangaroo Valley is an excellent dairy producing place for milk and beef cattle. There are quite a few farms in the village with only horses on it now, as this one was. And the little farmhouse looks so cosy. A general cemetery was dedicated in 1870 and the graves there are of many of the pioneers from yesteryear. While looking at these historic graves, we heard a rustling in the grass, and luckily I had my camera close at hand as it was an echidna. He is also called the spiny anteater as he only eats ants. It was so fascinating watching this little animal, and I felt very privileged to be able to film him. He looks so gentle, but what protection this little fellow has been given. Driving along the road, we saw and rather liked the look of this country cottage with its old style of architecture. And right next door to that was a paddock with the black stump in it. This black stump was evidently left as a remnant of a bushfire which went through the valley some years ago. Apart from bushwalking, canoeing and more, if you are a golfer, we know you would love to play golf here. One of the must short trips is to the Belmore Falls. This spectacular waterfall, which starts with this little river, is in 2 levels and drops hundreds of metres into the valley. Sadly, the kangaroos are disappearing from this valley as there must have been thousands of them, due to the name, when the first explorers arrived in 1812. All the scenery is so pretty and peaceful. Kangaroo Valley is really a top place for a breakaway, and it's only 2 hours from Sydney. So enjoy.